Welcome everyone to My Weight World TV. I'm Dr. Brenda, MD. Today I have Scott White in the studio. He is on the board of advisors for My Weight World. He is a certified nutritionist and personal trainer. Today's topic is core training versus functional training. Welcome, Scott.
How you doing, Brenda?
Good. First of all, let's start by defining what is core training, and then we'll talk about what is functional training. But first of all, core training.
Well, core training, I mean, there's all these marketing terms and everything. Thanks this huge conglomerate of what core training really is. So core training, simply put, is just the activation of your inner unit or your core muscles to stabilize your spine against force. And so, for example, if I get pushed or nudged during a movement, my body has to stabilize to contract and keep my spine safe from, flinging all over the place. With your core, anytime you move your arm first or your leg first, studies and research shows that your core activates in a properly functioning human being first to stabilize your spine to handle those movements. So anytime you walk, you move, you're activating your core. Anytime you do any kind of exercise, you should be activating your core. If you sit in a chair all day long, it's going to be very unactive. You're not going to get much activation. So a lot of times people will have very weak cores when they come in for an assessment, and I'll watch them, and we'll have to improve their core, but it is all part or recruited when you perform other exercises as well.
Okay, and what about functional training?
So functional training, simply put, again, it makes it seem very complex. It's just what has the highest carryover to regular life activities. So like a squat or a lunge has a much more high carryover to real life activities. You squat in everyday life as opposed to like a leg press or a pushing or a leg extension, where you do segmented movements and you just extend your knee up. You don't really do those activities in real life, but you squat up and down from chairs, in and out of your car. And so it has a high level, those exercises have much high level carryover to regular activities that you do in everyday life.
Okay. Can you give me some specific exercises for core training?
Yeah, so there's an exercise called a horse stance or a bird dog. Everybody puts their own names on it because you can patent names, but simply put, is basically you lie face down on the ground, you have your hands and knees basically in line with under your shoulders and under your hips. And then you pick up one hand off the ground just like a centimeter, and nothing should move. So if you lift up your hand, you shouldn't twist your body and fall over. Your core should activate and you should stabilize and maintain a good upright posture, or even when you're down in that position.
When you're doing that simple move of just lifting your arm, that's exercising your core.
Oh, totally. When you're doing it with an alignment and you're not pushed too far back on your hips, you're actually forcing torque on the body, so the body wants to twist, but you're having to maintain that upright posture, so now your core has to be that much more active. And then you can modify it to make it a little more challenging by lifting your opposite knee, or you can lift same knee, same arms, which is really difficult. And then you can also extend your arm up and your opposite leg back, or same side. And the same side is much more challenging. Exactly. So you're very stable, and now your core has to stabilize and maintain with that force of wanting to turn and have that torque. Exactly. And allowing for that core to be activated to make it a great exercise. It looks really easy and even sounds easy just laying on the ground. But it's actually a very challenging exercise when you have to stabilize against that force.
And how about functional exercise training?
So functional exercises, there can be a ton of, a squat, like I said before, lunges, have high level of carryover to real life activities. So if you're doing squat with heavy weight, it makes getting up and down and out of chairs all day long very easy. And that's what you want. You want to do functional exercises so it makes your daily activities that much easier. You don't want to strain yourself carrying groceries or strain yourself trying to get in your car. But we see people do it all the time. Those activities should be a breeze. Regular life should be nothing to it.
Right. So if you had functional training, it would be no problem.
Completely. It just makes everything that much easier. Life should be about, be fun and exciting and not have to worry about trying to get in and out of your car.
Yeah. Why is core training so important?
Well, again, core is a functional unit within the body. So it stabilizes your spine. So if you have a very dysfunctional core and it's not able to activate, you're going to be flinging your spine all over the place, which gives you a high risk for injury. And so, with chiropractics and all those, we know a healthy spine is, very important for our livelihood and our central nervous system to function and activate and work. And so having that core to protect your body is very important.
Right, a healthy core, a healthy back.
Oh,
right?
yes, definitely.
Right. Prevent
so
back
I mean,
problems.
exactly.
Okay.
Core is going to help stabilize it, keep your back safe and strong. So when you do movement or daily activities, your core will activate and stabilize that musculature to keep that spine and joints and everything safe.
Okay.
And it lowers the risk for back pain or any other.
And what about functional training? Why is it so important?
So functional training, again, is
Right.
for improving daily activities. So the more functional you are in your daily activities, the better you're going to be able to live. You're going to make life so much easier, and then you'll actually want to probably play more sports and be more active because now you have less chances for injuries,
Right.
and all those exercises that you were doing have more carryover to being a better tennis player, being a better golfer, or being a better,
Parent.
mom.
Right,
Exactly.
about play with the kids or,
Totally.
or get the laundry done.
Exactly.
Whatever needs
Who
to be
wants
done.
it to be strenuous and
Right.
huff and puff to
Right.
pick up a load of laundry and put it
Right.
in, your dryer?
Right. Why aren't our kids taught this in school? I mean, why don't we start when they're young so that they have good, strong cores and good functional training when they're in elementary school?
I wish they did. I mean, every child should have a huge grasp about nutrition and exercise, and from the standpoint of real education as opposed to just teaching kids how to do, those archaic sit-ups and
Yeah.
push-ups and not teaching proper form.
Right.
But then you don't have people with biomechanic degrees or instructing them. It's more of an educational standpoint about them being active. And so I
Which
wish,
is important,
yeah,
but, right.
it's completely. I wish the school districts would have us come in and apply more knowledge to the children and maybe have guest speakers. And occasionally I'll go talk to children group and try to educate them more in the alignment and keeping the body safe.
Right.
And correct movements and doing functional exercises versus machines versus, core training and helping
Right.
the body stabilize. Because daily activities is very active and children should be, as functional as possible.
Right, but these are simple exercises they can do even in front of the TV, unfortunately. I mean, the core exercising.
Totally, it's easy.
Right. And then we have a lifetime without back problems. Could you imagine?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it would probably give doctors a lot less work,
Yeah.
but and probably me a lot
okay,
more.
yeah.
But that's fine with me. But
Yeah.
it also will keep the individual healthier for a longer period of time, and then you're going to have less, aches and pains as
Right.
we age.
Do you have any tips on how to make core and functional training just part of our daily exercise? Not that I have to go to the gym, but maybe something I can do while I'm making dinner or, doing the laundry or.
Well, when you pick up a thing of a laundry, if you pick it and hold it and maintain a good posture and alignment and spine and just held it, your core is going to have to activate for
I'm
a period of
exercising.
time. You're doing some sort of
Yeah.
exercises,
Right.
and it's beneficial, but I always recommend either going to the gym or doing a little bit more because nobody's going to get in phenomenal shape just doing
Right.
laundry. Otherwise, we'd all be in great shape.
Right. All right. Well, thank you, Scott.
Well, thank you,
That's
Brenda.
Fantastic. Yeah. And please tune in again to My Weight World TV so we can help you reach your goal with our community. I'm Dr. Brenda, MD, and thanks for watching.